As we head to Event 10 in Tour de Endurance in Season 3, the Green Peacocks have a sizable lead over the Grayscales, the Season 1 champions, and the Blue Brigade in third. This event, the Funnel Rally, a brand new event in Tour de Endurance.
The first new funnel event that we've seen since Team Funnel Descent at the end of Season 2. This one it is 3 races down the funnel track, and the winner will get 16 points, and the last place will get 1 point, and whoever's got the most points out of all 3 races will come out with the gold. So it's all about the consistency across all 3 races. You can't just do well in one race and then call it a day. You got to do well in all of them. The expedition teams, of course, will just be 1 race between them, but why not have some fun with the expedition teams, just to like build up to the main show.
Yeah, so just to be clear, it's 16 for first place, 15 for second, 14 and so on, down to 1 for last place. So you need to be consistent throughout the 3 races. You can see it is the Sky Dragons in the lead there. They drop on through in the second funnel, so we speed up the footage to get things closer to the main show, but we'll see Flashfire's also looking pretty good up there, and yeah.
Of course, all 16 marbles go at once in this, so those green funnels, and even just all of the funnels, are going to be an absolute madhouse. The opening funnels set the tone, whoever takes the lead, but then the orange funnels, you can gain or lose everything in those, and same thing for the green funnels, but to an even larger extent, because they're at the very end. They can make or break a race, and as you can see here, the Flashfires just lost 2 spots up there, and they could easily lose more in this final green funnel, but we're in the last group. We're going to go back to normal speed for the end of this.
See Flashfire Sky Dragons looking pretty good there, and this event will be the first time we'll see 16 different competitors from different teams on funnels at the same time. We saw 16 marbles at the same time in Team Funnel Descent, where there was only 4 teams. So it's going to be very interesting to see the absolute chaos in this event in the Funnel Rally. Flashfires circling through, but they're not going to get the win. Yes, they will. Flashfires will hold on, and actually, they just get stuck in that funnel. I'm not sure if they'll be classified as the victors. It's very interesting to see.
They're gonna the stewards are saying that they're gonna classify that as a win because they're just, too exhausted, I suppose. Apparently, now this is always a danger, and it's a big danger here. If you fall off the track, that's 1 point. You don't get a DNF, you don't get 0 for a DNF, but falling off condemns you to only 1 point in the race. And for an event where you could get a potential 48 points in the funnels, falling off is dastardly and probably ruins your chances of just getting a podium overall. So Flash Flyers win the Expedition pre-show, but that was a nice lead up to what the main show is going to be, because that, if you thought that was chaotic, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Right, Viper down to Tangelo in the Event 10 Funnel Rally. All 16 marbles from 16 different teams on the course at once. White Knights in a pretty good position. Hellclowns also up there. J-Jockeys, a classic funnel, a good funnel team. They're also circling through, and I think they're going to have the lead after the first funnel.
So that's the first funnel wrapped up, and already we see half of the field has plopped into the orange funnels. Looking out for those strong championship contenders and those strong funnel marbles. There you see already the Party Crashers Wanderer, after struggling in the first funnel event, seems to be back in shape, as they've already got the lead and they're up there with the Grayscales. Just won the last event. They're looking to close the field to the Green Peacocks, who are currently across the bridge and in the second half of the orange funnels. Grayscales lead the way over everyone else so far.
Looking towards the other end of the spectrum, it is Citrus Sprinters, Green Peacocks, also surprisingly down there in the order. Navy Seals and Crazy Chickens also not doing too great. Team Mayhem will join them as we have our first entrance into the big green funnels. See that green funnel very accommodating of all 16 marbles that can in this event. Meanwhile, up on the top, Party Crasher still looking very good, sitting down in 9th in the standings. They need a good result here, and Wanderer might just be the marble to give them that. J-Jockeys also just entered the green funnel. Condiment Kings, also winners of the Funnel Classic, they're circling up pretty good.
Condiment Kings have been nowhere in the orange funnels. Now they've really pulled through, but I want to talk about the Navy Seals. They're in 4th place now, and they entered the first green funnel in last place. So they've really made a great comeback here and are currently avoiding the entire mosh pit. And we're about to see who's going to come through first and be condemned to only 1 point, and it's going to be the Neptune Nomads, followed by Lagoon Platoon, Hellclowns, and a whole swamp of marbles. But Green Peacocks have avoided it for a good amount of time. And now we see, I think these final 3, they all pile on in. Team Mayhem get the best of the rest. Condiment Kings lead the way. Party Crashers and Navy Seals are fighting for the first 16 points and the first win.
Condiment Kings, I thought, had an easy win in this heat, but actually they're getting pretty close with the Navy Seals and the Party Crashers. But still, they have a better arc than both of them, but they bump the Party Crashers, and Condiment Kings will be relegated to 3rd. Yes, they will. Party Crashers get 2nd, and so it's the Navy Seals who get the win in the first race. Also, Shout out the Green Peacocks. I thought they were going to get lost, but they actually had a pretty decent recovery. Party Crashers, though, good recovery for them, and Navy SEALs using the momentum from the Party Crashers and the Condiment Kings to get that win.
Now, I can't believe Navy SEALs did that. If you look down here, they were the first entrant into the green funnels, and by a wide margin too. No one was right behind them. Team Mayhem followed, and they also had a great finish in this race. So, in the green funnels, it seemed to be a major comeback source, or it could be a way of absolutely ruining you, because if I recall correctly, Neptune Nomads were in like 4th place, and then they ended up finishing in last place into the second green funnel. So, again, it can be do or die in those green funnels, but the Condiment Kings actually managed to avoid everyone and stay up very strong in the green funnel. Same thing with the Party Crashers there. You see Neptune Nomads actually in 3rd place and round up finishing in last.
Interesting to note, the Navy SEALs entered the first green funnel, the second green funnel first, and Party Crashers entered the first green funnel last. So those two teams ending up first and second in the first race, they entered the green funnels at very different positions. Neptune Nomads Lagoon Platoon down there in their rivalry just for 15th in this one. Condiment Kings, Team Mayhem, and the host Serpent Speeders also decent result, but remember, still 2 races to go in the funnel rally. You need the consistency as we're underway for the second race.
Now you wonder, if Navy SEALs, Party Crashers, and Condiment Kings, those who completely outmatched everyone in the first race, they're going to be completely exhausted beyond belief for this one and struggle, or were they just using half of their energy and will now just excel in these next 2 races? Neptune Nomads must have been the opposite, because they are off to a flying start here, well ahead of the pack already, as most of the others are already into the oranges, but there's some White Knights, Condiment Kings, are the final 2 remaining. So Condiment Kings again, they've got a good race going, as the Green Peacocks, I think Marauders and Citrus Sprinters are about to cross the bridge. Marauders go first.
I think we'll see in the second and especially third race where the teams that are saving energy really shine. But you can see down there in the bottom, it's a log jam with so many teams circling in that penultimate funnel, third to last funnel in the orange funnels. Green Peacocks and Lagoon Platoon circling there. There's the Navy SEALs all the way down, and they enter the first green funnel first. Green Peacocks also with them, White Knights. As we look up top, Grayscale is doing well again, and Neptune Nomads, completely opposite from the first race, they're out into the lead.
Green Peacocks come through the first green funnel in last place. So the question is if that will hold. Navy SEALs first into the greens again. Will they come out on top again? It's not looking very likely. But look at this lead that the Grayscales have established. I'm looking at the mess of the green funnels. The Grayscales are a full orange funnel ahead, and they want to enter the green funnels with no one else in them, which will pretty much secure the win. So now everyone's pretty much fighting for second place, I imagine. J Jockeys come through in that mess. Looks like Neptune Nomads are finessed through, and Lagoon Platoon is going back and forth and refuses to enter and finally takes second place.
What else in the bottom green funnel? Meanwhile, the Grayscales have the top green funnel all to themselves. Their prowess in the orange funnels has really come through here. Green Peacocks, Party Crashers both drop on through, but it's a log jam. It's a complete merry-go-round almost there in the bottom green funnel. Everyone just fighting for 1-2 points in the event, but the Grayscales have the whole funnel just to showboat here in the second race. They've already captured the win.
Now Serpent Speed, as I saw, got second. I think it was Condiment Kings and Team Mayhem had a really bad run, so those two did well in the first race with 2nd and 4th respectively. Now they're finishing, I think, 16th and 15th respectively, but the crowd and the competitors are getting impatient here. Grayscales, is this worth it? Will they be able to repeat this and finish in the top spot in the third race with all the energy they're using, just spinning and spinning beyond? They're even pushing for a record here, perhaps, in this track. And finally, they fall on through at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That was completely unnecessary, but I think it was very impressive.
I think it's a bit of mind games. The Grayscales, they know this is so much of a mental game as a physical one. Grayscale is really trying to tell everyone, this is what I can do, and this is what I'm trying to do to get the gold in this event. But we'll see how the teams can do, if they can live up to their skill in the first 2 races. In the final race, the last chance for teams to take a stab at the medals and the gold.
Now, we will get a standings update of this event overall before we go into the final race. But let's have a look at this again. Neptune Nomads are finessed by Lagoon Platoon. And Lagoon Platoon, they spin around it and then just start going back and forth and refuse to enter that funnel before Hellclowns finally collide with them, giving them second place. But then Lagoon Platoon just choked and finished in a really bad spot in the final green funnel. So, again, make or break. Grayscales win. 7 Speeders, Hellclowns, and Jade Jockeys ran out the top 4. And there you see Team Mayhem in last place, condemned to just 1 point. But what will the overall standings say?
So it's the Grayscales that have the lead, but actually they're tied on points with the Serpent Speeders. So whoever comes out on top on those two will come out on top between those two in the event. Navy Seals and the Jade Jockeys also up there in the standings. But still, with linear scoring, a lot of shakeups can still happen in the final race. The last chance for teams to get good points and take a stab at the medals. Jade Jockeys drop on through in the second funnel first. Lagoon Platoon, Party Crashers, a lot of other teams up there looking pretty good. Who will capture the gold and the win in this final race?
This is one of those events where you don't know who's won gold until the standing graphic comes on screen. So we'll have to wait till the very end for this one. But all eyes on Grayscales and Serpent Speeders. They're tied at the top, and they're 5 points ahead of those of the likes of Navy Seals, who won the first race, Jade Jockeys, who have been consistent. I think the Marauders are also up there. And currently all those teams are doing somewhat alright. They haven't crossed the bridge yet, but it is Party Crashers up top. Third place in the first race, struggled in the second one. If they can win this one, they could be in with a shot, depending on what the other marbles do. But currently the Grayscales are in third place, and the Seven Speeders are below them. That's the big one to look out for, where those two are.
They're in the same funnel right now. Grayscales drop on through now. Serpent Speeders, they're in second place right now. Could they be in a spot to get gold in front of their home fans? Of course, Serpent Speeders, they won the final events of both seasons, in Season 1 and Season 2, but both of those events were funnel events, so they clearly have skill in the funnels, but they're back with the Grayscales and still outmatch them in the penultimate orange funnel. Meanwhile, we have a lot of marbles in the green funnels, a lot of them in the second green funnel now. Grayscales have entered, and so have the Serpent Speeders. It's going to be very close. Party Crasher still have the lead, and are the only ones still left in the orange funnel.
I think there's a clear gap. There's a clear, what's the word? Like, gap between the top ones and the top ones here. There's a big pile about to fall through. The Marauders coming through in last place, so they've condemned themselves out of it. So have the Jade Jockeys, they have no chance. Navy Seals look to slip on through as well shortly, and those are some big names in this event that have peeled themselves out of this event. Party Crashers are up there, but both Grayscales and Serpent Speeders are still spinning. What can the Party Crashers, who look in the catbird seat to win this race, say to either of them and potentially beat them? It's going to be very close.
Party Crashers still circling ahead of everyone else. Serpent Speeders and Grayscales, who will drop on first? It's going to be close. Everyone else still there. Serpent Speeders will drop on through first. Then it's the Grayscales, but everyone still close. I don't know who's going to get the win. Party Crashers still up there. Green Peacocks, Blue Brigade, who will get the win?
It'll be the Green Peacocks, only just between those three teams. I know we've seen that a few times in recent events, but Green Peacocks do come out on top. The championship leaders will get something out of this, jumping themselves up into those final standings with a very nice 16 points to close it out. But with Grayscales being the Serpent Speeders, they will beat them overall, but it's all eyes on the Party Crashers. Did the Party Crashers do enough to potentially beat both of them or one of them? But I'm pretty confident most can say those three will be our podium finishers. The order's just set to be determined.
Oh, Serpent Speeders going to be not happy with this. They know that they won't beat the Grayscales, but what about the Party Crashers? Will the Party Crashers relegate both or just one of them to third? Party Crashers, you can see how much of a good lead they had, but then they just lost it in the final funnel, still holding on for third in this race. What about in the overall? They will outscore Grayscales by 3 points. Is it going to be enough though?
I don't think it was. I think it was like Marauders and Jade Jockeys in four. And there you see, the Party Crashers will get third place, condemning Grayscales to gold and Serpent Speeders. The home team does get a second silver, but that is still a bummer for the Serpent Speeders. One off again of the gold medal spot. And 2 golds in a row puts the Grayscales just 9 points behind the Green Peacocks, and Serpent Speeders as well are within just 17 points of the Green Peacocks. It's starting to close in as we hit the home stretch. Just 6 events left. Archery will be the next one.